A car bomb detonated west of Damascus November 5th, causing vast structural damage to buildings and an unconfirmed number of casualties. This explosion is only the latest attack in the ongoing violence across Syria between pro- and anti-regime fighters. In efforts to expedite the process of removing al-Assad from power, Syrian opposition figures have gathered for a meeting to establish a united, exile-led provisional government. If these Syrian dissidents are successful in uniting and fulfilling the requirements outlined by the West, it is likely that the anti-Assad movement inside Syria will receive an increase in funding and weaponry necessary to accelerate the fall of al-Assad. The fighting across Syria is far from over, though it appears the rebels have ended the several-month-long stalemate in the north. Significant rebel gains in the north were secured over the weekend, including the seizure of Sarakeb and the advance on Harim. This illustrates a shifting dynamic in the fighting and a clear erosion of the regime's strategic position in northern Syria, while the battle to remove al-Assad from power continues. As the fight continues inside Syria, it is also persisting outside of the country, with a variety of Syrian opposition groups trying to gain legitimacy as the representative of the opposition. These opposition groups are made up of a multitude of Syrian exiles and dissidents, some of which claim to work with the rebel Free Syrian Army. The most prominent group is the Syrian National Council, or SNC. However, like other opposition bodies, it has been criticized by the U.S. and other Western countries for not being all-inclusive and fully representative of the opposition movement. This criticism has kept the West from deeming the SNC or any other body the official opposition council. As a result, there has been a lack of coordination of supplies and resources to the opposition inside Syria, something which could be decisive in the fight against al-Assad and something that the opposition bodies have all been calling for. This opposition landscape, however, might be shifting. Talks among Syrian opposition members, including the Syrian National Council, began in Qatar November 4th. These talks will last for 4 days, and their goal is to make the SNC larger and more inclusive, and expanding membership from 300 to 400 members. From there, the SNC plans to create a united anti-Assad coalition and provisional government, encompassing all other opposition members both inside and outside Syria. According to media reports, the United States is on board with the proposed changes to the Syrian National Council and the potential formation of an exile provisional government. However, the West will only support such a motion if the SNC and other opposition factions can agree to unite and abide by the terms outlined by the West. If this occurs, it is possible that the first legitimate and Western-backed opposition body could be formed. Such a formation would likely result in the coordinated delivery of resources, financial support, and even weaponry necessary to bring down the al-Assad regime.